Yedi awom. Okujato Ablakwa, or foreign affairs minister, Wakasa, Wayane Claire, or say, I owe no one an apology for leading the consequential and noble oversight of presidential travels to protect taxpayers. Or say, Oka esimu tipi, Oka ema Ghana fuate, Oka ema omo amajini yomo say, Oya uneni into ono akasa ema MPP akanfo party no ejimi fo ni bi entumembu Ghana fasunti omontias also Oka sa esimu dia. Or say, on po bi acho jumadia odi ya otumde bo Ghana ho ban abra na nanado danko ekufuado ene ne nkwasiafo no ekorenti jet o man kan kire ya na ekufuado edidi jantrafo ese opejet a obedware wo mu no o say onunu ho ne ene onunu ho kina ene ompa kwasiampanyi bi ache wo Ghana efri se eye djuma ye de hye ne nsa ensa djuma no odi djuma no ema sebio eboa Ghana asemasi time the town abrante we nyina so ya wunani. That is their problem. The envy MPP for the hatred MPP for the time Okujato Ablakwa ni nyina ne say oya wunani and oya smart and we expose ya kamfo akromfo. That's it. Enye bibia ekufu de current jet na otwidi di nkwasi asem obia kan bi o Ghana. But you see the MPP, they have singled out Okujato Ablakwa because ayo mu ya say na yeni akamfo party yeni sebio dodoni asantefo eye den niam ahunani tieto. That is their problem. It is an inferiority complex thing. Adan na ahunani abrantie we etumi tie yeto etumi yi yetumi ehu say ya akromfo yeni MPP for the hatred that MPP for the time Okujato ni nyina no. At the say hatred yen nuanu ni bi e wo ma JJ Rawlings no time o ka say ende so obi wu Ghana ne yire ne mba e na bedi ne japade enye wo fa se kwase ampanyi bi eni tira ekuo bi etan JJ Rawlings inte ekuo no omo tie Rawlings na eye omo ya say omo pese omo pe adwuma na omo te wotwema wo fa ewu na ese omo ko pe adwuma no the same group of people, they are the ones who hate Okujato Ablakwa. Inti so who say MPP for kem omu didi Okujato Ablakwa tem omu ye bibia. It is the pain omu anjene wo da se ahunani abrantie be ko school ema nani ada ho ema na te akani to. That is their problem because they feel say akani jimia or akani netiano. That is the problem with the MPP. When they see this guy, it is a hatred. They know what he did was right, but and most of them don't like me because from the day I told them, now uneni ba and all can argue and more nanka menkoya wine ba nanka menkoya de ni ba. When you see the MPP hating Okujato Ablakwa, trying to make sure every problem is coming from him, it is the hatred, it is the pain. Yes, because they see him say, the hatred towards Okujato Ablakwa, because they can't have his kind in the MPP. They can never. And the hatred in say, I didn't know any account for party yaba. I didn't know ye Jimmy. I didn't know ye didn't question a young man or young huneni who is an huneni akwara to come and tell us, say, to come and expose us, say, to come and let the world know, say ye Jimmy. That is their hatred. Ain't he? Unyomana no mu kem no mu Jimmy na a pain. And our catcher must say, bepe kwasie bi acho. And he's not going to apologize to anybody because it was his fundamental duty which he did. It is also filia. Kope additional papa bisuya na pe o facts no right. Akoya your friend no eye asefua. Asefua tafu MP kwasi ampanyi a opeso oye Okujato by force enso na adwene nya adwuma ontumi nkenkan no. And the asefua ono ane party ni ono ane party for come please. Ono ane party director of communication. Or say Vincent Asefua integrity is on the line if he doesn't apologize for the misinformation about President Mahama's flight. And NPP for Jimmy Nibako Diomenim in some on the Kikan Semom or say Sir Vincent Asefua no. So when to me I'm a kind of crowd some kaimwa and the young say which atro that's why I'm a pachawa na sa kwasi ampe on sample so be MP where MPP ni na catch them. Richard Ahiagbo or say Ghana for Emma Yahukwain na kwasi ampe say Asefua and tra otwato eya John Mahama trip no so say John Mahama cover private jet or say saa boy na ni 2 bini when to me pacha we mbunko toje na ye da ho so so ye honorable a ono MPP ni na okasama MPP no say nka Ghana for ye Jimmy. This is where they are. This is where they are. Enti omankase party no mamwati ase say omankase nkofo ni bia Jimmy. They misinform the party. Their inner monkey is lies. My catch them said the DNA of the NPP. Their inner monkey. Nipebia inner monkey. There are people, their inner monkey is being resolute. There are people, their inner monkey is to serve. The NPP, their inner monkey are doing a wo mumuno. So a person who character when you open them up, their inner monkey is lies. And the director of communication catch them say one of them is a misinformer, a misinformation or chatro. Into Ombra Bontin be patcho. If you say private jet na some can a yatro. This is the NPP. So the inner monkey of the NPP is lies. And every time you push them to the wall, their inner monkey starts to scream. Every time you hold their neck and ask them direct questions, looking in their eyes, their inner monkey starts to scream. Their inner monkey is a lie. And you cannot underestimate a party that is filled with people are inner monkey atro. Omankasa director of communication, Richard Ahiagba, or say Ekwa Asefua, and also Vincent Asefua, oni integrity biya. Or say Sakwani a trufo. Mahama renti jet biya. Now in fact, or person Sakwan Bubunko to do TV no pagana for chow. Adentina kwa wekasa, onim se part na odi omonim no mwejimi. Me say, so what is the MPP for tata obia? Dinkabu sa se nipa no free he. So what's the MPP for? So what's the MPP for to amano esi obi ho? Na so mo kana asem de bia busa se sa nipa no free he na se ehe no free. Ubehu adekode nti omo yesa. Oh na nse omo start eja kobna. Afei omo kan ya mkogu bebia ofri omo se onya kan ni ba. Ah, galamsey nsem baaye no. Wan e ko raise galamsey. Expose kese e wo Ghana baaye. Professor Frimpong Boateng on the Dinkan Kase party Hiska. Professor Frimpong Boateng on the Galamsey report as a sector minister Babontene. Omoka Galamsey wants some no mudiatama. I don't know one can some Sami Jemfiasem. Because Sami Jemfi, Omohuni say at the end of the day, no on come. Omo to me can't to cancer Sami Jemfi Kronya Santini or your Bununi. Sankende, yeah, Pobia Canasem when it comes to Galamsey, Frimpong Boateng and Gosen didn't tosso, Edaso. Ordinary sector minister or yeah report. Or the command president. But we are always looking for people that we feel yani MPP for no sebio yani asante for do kakra na ewom no ye dwen say ye papa ye ni pache omo. That is how they do their politics. And I have lived with these people for years. I am still an MPP member and I'm saying this on authority. Me fa me card in ko baby anka say ma resign. Me ginem by force to force, you was Santenia Bre. When you Rockstone, good evening. By force to force, you was Santimenia Bre. Me card da I am still a member of the piglets. I am a different kind of breed. I don't have an inner monkey that is lies, but I'm still part of the piglets. Because me Jimmy, I have to come out from you to let the world know, say, my likes are foolish. Debiano, I was a baku frim. That is why I am out as the wise man telling the world the Jimmy. So my card is still valid. Me minjina baby and kaseme giant NPP da never. Me ni NDC card, me NPP card. Moya da ya me jinem. So mo maame atu omo for yeso maame atu afu ye jinem. Yanko baby ya. Enti wo na wa adwene ya wo se ye mpe Kelvin Tailor me jinem. Atete aka wo so MTTK. By force to force, you was Santenia Bre. I am still an MPP member. I am the wise one. Mombrem once na me pam chow kwasiafo. I am never going to resign from the NPP. I am the only wise one amongst the fools. I am the only wise one. I am the only wise one. Intimate me jina baby we kan say and me jai MPP makwase be ka say yenje no me ba mu ansa na wo ba me jina mansa na me ba wo ba na me dwen say nyansafo party Me da wujinem ba ma tweme ho because me nyansa and I make change nyansa for so we mo magimi until some of us some adwene no still magimi by yeginem we still have our card. And me do have an yankopon busame Kelvin we MPP ni me yi me karam da chere still MPP but I'm a different breed. I am not the one with the lies in a monkey. Team, you have a general secretary who is Pentium 1. What's your for? You come on man mubuofu. Tribal foolishness. Mojin sani de 2025 Ghana. We can't, eh? Most sorry na makofa TikTok SB. Na oma be video no more point. Yeah, was the other win. Say, mostati feeding nkwasi afo no. Obiani wo ultimatum krata. Say MPP communicator, blogger, or whatever, to come and break it down for anybody. Mojin said that form. You cannot. None of the people you are giving money to can do what I do. None. Onza mostati ye yakotia weka yetia blogger weka yetia general won so obi antumi fa krata am begina ho game and they be go na mu gina TikTok no mo point hwe o bodam na wo point a kire me no kire bu kire me ah o point u gina TikTok to na the video atosoro e na wo point say me ye dey enu ntimi nkoto ma MPP o dwan kire mu fa krata na gigam na ye hu se de wo kan wo ngina so o twen ba Ogofa video be gina say FA Cup sa wano se boto ase kwasia yikra ta kirem na ka nokure ne kire Ghana fo oyin say dancing competition anka ajete so wan kesi mansion ma no California aboa mujin say da form ombra mo bre mo dia mo nim me papa me nko baby awo mi ginem now, mommy anya we ni anya fast ni nwura eye makacham say and I will show you 7 hours. Me was 7 hours of CCTV at our Ridge Hospital. You see ye nyina me be kire mu. Na mo hu nukura wo eye Ridge Hospital issue the health minister did nothing wrong. Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association, the leadership are dangerous. They are politicians. Oh, that story way. Afenyama can say, minority leader writes to Ghana Water Limited and Works and Housing Ministry over water challenges in Winneba, warns of possible disease outbreak. Afenyama can say, the constituency in Zuni ho. Watch letter, abuofunu, unkwana wapen. Ghana for nyina nke atwa letter e de Ghana Water Company anka nyina nka wonsuo odwan 8 years wait man letter anko. Afede wo wusi etu letter e koma Ghana Water say I the constituency Winneba insuo no na Winneba for omchen hwan omchen walewale for Winneba omchen bole for Winneba omchen mikrom ayodo for obodam o soro na akosi police station e wo Winneba na wo di intimidating for bonko for win election wo refi so be yensuo amomo odwan ayana mudwin say Ghana for nyina ejimi se chema wontumi on o soro a because of politics because of power. No akwesi police station now wo the CID akoda ho now wo the inspector akoto no mo bu nipa ku omo now we win elections we refisa mo bu nipa ni wi o mehia nsu ombenom o giant inti anya den watch your letter inti anya bibia ne amba wini ba ne amba yensuo o sorry a o gise obi agimi o tu wini ba na wa ho Idi Amin na oto election beduru na akwese setu abeguo o sorry na akwese police station no appoint to police a open no muguo election ba na bu opponent na twe nkofo ase because police station ya wodia now refisa we see police station we be nsuo jai police station is na tu nsuo uti ukokonene jai police station na wusi no because you want power. Now you have used the police station to get the power. You have beaten people to win power. You have frustrated people to win power. They be no is a police for go Winneba. No, they go go police for dime. Me na see ye mumbun call for because me be say me winning. Now when winning power na we na we refuse we mo munsuanom. You are sick in your head. A very despicable, filthy human being. Wakoji Winneba 499 years as asiafa. Untumi nyensuo mo monnom. O choleta about water company inti enjai de ye say afenyo marking kaka wura ye ditim ho no o say ye meye nsuo inti enjai bibia na meye nsuo na ntanka 8 years na wotena power no sanka 8 years enya jimi na wajimi a you could not make sure say aban kwasiafo aban na ba womia na ekufo ne Kennedy Japan mo edi enim no they could not give Winneba decent water. After 7 months you are writing letter to a new government to bring water we are dying now 8 years na na wotia ban mu na wo ye den 8 years now what abamuno kasongo. The 8 years were in government. What were you doing? You were busily following Tokonu. You were busy following Tokonu as a lap dog. Tokonu was dragging you along. You were busy following her. Instead of you to think about the people, all that you were thinking about this election in Bra, na me see police station, na me find intimidating call for na me winning power. You were not thinking about where they will get water to drink. For 8 years, are you not ashamed? Me to win the bank, me so we Jimmy for. Because for you to now write a letter to Ghana Water, say mo fancy umbreme, na ye ninsuo no. It means 8 years no, e dey nkwasiade na ode ye. It's just 7 months or 8 months after 8 years. It is 8 months after 8 years. Now for 8 years, when to sustainable water for the people of Winneba, you are a fool. And this year to swaba. The way Jimmy no bema to me. The antina na man crying. What it what could you Parliament na woche shelter auto free Cuba kwasia ukọ for nsuo nom. Woche shelter wo she red sole shoes. Utumi butu no obi kuta bag odwan nkofrom to abama no mu nsuo. 8 years afena wocho letter. Ama Ghana Water Company so omo fancy omrel. We odwan wagimi. Na Winneba for ni bi na ejimi ntra. Na nka ahemfo no mo Winneba no sanka mo ka no kura. They have to summon this guy and tell him you are a disgrace. But ona mekoka. Ohini bia has been sorted. Into ohini bia nkasa Winneba. And afenyo make nkwasiampanyi we di nkwasiasam. Adan ya wakoto sewing machine. $1 free Alibaba and worship free China de aba. And o de man kwala nse munkosu edwuma. Into afenyo make anyame. Obotu na refi say nsuo beba me anom. The people of Cape Coast, I have good news for you. The people of Cape Coast, me dem krom for Cape Coast for ka say baba e yamom airport. Ene ye ne.
In the first 2 years of an MPP and administration, under this Infrastructure for Poverty Eradication program, where every constituency will get $1 million every year for rural and deprived communities. Under this program, there should be no village or community in Ghana after the first 2 years that would have a water problem or a toilet problem.
Joker Waker say, after they are done with their tenure, there will not be any water problem or a toilet problem. Kwasi afford na mo monsan kan HH ankofo we yasi. Afenyo marking na and the ultra letter Edia Koma Ghana Water Company. Afenyo marking. He was the former board chair of Ghana Water Company. Kwasiya. Afenyo marking builds police station at Winneba. Osi police station. Afenyo marking is chairs Ghana Water Company. Kwasiya and the ultra letter say emre unzio. But now we see police station yajitumi. You used to be the former Ghana Water Company board chair. But you didn't care about the water your people would drink. Afenyo, utiru koko nende. Today, you are here telling us omuninsuo, tienja bibiani emre omunsio. Now the Sika AC police station. Police station now the heading. Police station are buying AC. I didn't know see police station. You were building a police station to bring your own inspector to come and molest and frustrate and beat people. Kwasiato now refuse on call for no benumusio. Mwe Jimmy rough. You people are stupid. The school you go, Monsieur Nyansa was school. Moka king can kwasia brofubia. Now judge in parliament can kwasia sem. I bought this shirt, it's a Cuban made, and now Ukromo for you were the board chair of Ghana Water Company. You were the board chair of Ghana Water Company. Yeah, Ben and now your board chair. 2017, 2018, 2019, Ochi. Utimu kokonene wati or free. Osi police station no esi court. Uko Winneba court or ya fenyo mark ndia na sase ne siso. Se ya ndi sini ko gina ebe jeliu. Ya the MPP ni kwa so the case has been adjourned 8 months. Abua. Go and make water for them. Go and build water. Foolish politicians. You are the people who are making the people angry. People are not supposed to even listen to such fools. You had money to build court. You had money to build police station because these two work together. When your people at Winneba and people for didn't kwasa some another kujina afenyo mark in court. Omudin kwasa another kujina afenyo mark in police station. Now refi say tama oti Ghana Water Company so na Winneba for be hiansio. You are a foolish man. All right, let's move forward. Now, 1, 2, 3. Besides, okay. Now, this issue too, we have to deal with it quickly. It says, team, do you have something for me? Team. Thank you very much. Me team I'm showing you 3 things. Because Yampasa Kwasi better baby say Yaka Smasher Afenyomakin. Afenyomakin commissioned a court in 2025. Afenyomakin. He commissioned the court. 2025. Or commission court. Kwasi ani refuse go phone benunzio. Owo mame fa ni nyina screen so odwan. Unya Kwasi bi also a politician. Afenyomakin. He was the board chair of Ghana Water Company. Afenyomakin. He was there. He built a police station. Ni refuse obe mo munsu anom. Iti anya den. Ye nyina yan sorry ni anya den. Afenyomakin so hiansu owiniba. Where's the court? Esi police station. Ochi NDC for na de makojina court. Na police for na kwache na da kojina court. Ni jail na ya ode. Odwan. Refuse omo munsu anom. Use the same money wherever you got the court money and the police station money to make water for them. Koshini. All right, let's move on. Thank you very much, team. Yeah, dear, yabe kayo uja kwa. Makacho so undi 18 amenhwe. Anything that be aka say udi 18 and wa show we. Yabe di watem. Hwe. Atenie na o Bible mu. Adekudi enten Yankopon de share Bible mu ana say eye 1 Genesis chapter 1. Na atenie hye baby ba mo ehu. Because na Yankopon nim say obebo mmoa. Enti se nipa efeli so be acte nipa na de sa atenie na e o se didi abonche no na de adi nipa no na nipa na hu se no enya metena bre ene mponche bibi e o se nipa de na meye enti ai na wonte atenie ye tenetene nipa enti Bible anka say yebo atenie wom na hye Genesis chapter 1 God no Yankopon nim se obo Adam and Eve o obebo mmoa enti onim se obebo mmoa enti onim se de ammoa begimi e na de atenie be hye Genesis chapter 1 ho baby menshara nkai enti se aponche jime se aponche kwesata aboa enti se Adam ujimi Onyankopon se menya wo se gegentwie wati o se menya wo se gegentwie o se menya wo se aponche ba. That means say sa atenie no nyame bo mammoa na nipa feli so be acte se nipa na ye de den sa emmoa atenie na ma no na ma nipa kai no ho so so o acte se den nipa ma dwene wo fom ale ge Tailor. Now, that story way, I want to speak on it briefly, 2 minutes. Genesis chapter 1. Now, when we story way, it's really making headlines. Me makano platform we so. Randy Abe might be working well. He might be doing his job. I don't like him. Personally, I don't like him. Me maka. I don't even want to meet him anywhere. I have my personal reasons. I don't like him. But as the Cocoa Board chair or CEO, he's doing a good job. And I respect his job. Efficiency good. He's working very well. In fact, cocoa, CBO managing cocoa farmers, the cocoa price near the other day, he's doing a marvelous job. But me, personally, I don't like him. He's one person I meet, I'll pass. I don't want to have anything to do with him. Now, this guy called Fifi Boafo. Fifi Boafo, as Tate can send me, Fifi Boafo hits back at Cocoa Board and says directors have been rendered redundant. Fifi Boafo, ono na oka ekufu ado MPP eye Cocoa Board group no ho one eye Joseph Edu eno mo run Cocoa Board down one Joseph Edu na ka obuti bo ho a ye wia cocoa time na ye wia cocoa seedlings e di extra Ghana borders no owo Cocoa Board ho time na omo bokro no Cocoa Board sika cocoa rose sika nyina yiraye Cocoa Board run into negatives ni nyina. At the end of the day no na Fifi Boafo, he was part of that group. Remember Remfi Fifi Boafo, he has been at Cocoa Board. Now Oye Jumama Emma Kennedy Japan radio station. Oya MPP ni criminal yenye ni momo. He has been at Cocoa Board where Jessica on a Buama Cocoa Board you're running it down. This guy is not any different person though. Or to say Kenofuriata or you're dangerous and slimy. Or can omo running Cocoa Board down no. This guy. Now I started can't say me say I Randy Abe Cocoa Board no. They have at the end of the day, they have told some people to go and sit home. And Sanko Fono, they are directors. Now, NDC Fono, the NDC Abeshim. If Fifi Boafo is an honorable, intelligent man with a little bit of credibility, he has been speaking for almost a week. Can't he just go to these directors? Ya render more redundant. Say, man a letter to prove, say, Randy Abe and his cocoa board, they have actually sent them home. Now media so kwasiampenyi we so. So those directors who have been sent home now, Fifi Boafo is saying, don't they have mouth? Can they grant interview? Can they also come out and say, I am a director? It is true. What Fifi Boafo is saying is true. I've been told to go home. It is our director for me, we steal time or Ghana. He has no basis. He has no evidence. He's just throwing shit into the system because we allow such fools to misbehave. Ostatika and Kwasiasem way. I was expecting Randy Abe no na mona. Odin Kwasiasem say Randy Abe was supposed to ask you, Fifi, give me names. The directors, let them speak. Let them show me letters that I have given them letters to go home. But Randy Abe no, as it sits there no, comedy na any day. He was supposed to question this guy, and Akwawe has made it his job to malign the Cocoa Board administration. And yet, one Kwasiampenyi way, Obago Shemna Randy Abe adamfo. Obago Shemno, Nana adamfo no. Because Randy Abe take over Cocoa Board. This guy stayed there for some time. Obago Shemno, now Nisia Enomon Sabum. It is one of those things. This guy has been talking shit all this while. Some directors, and those directors, are they not human beings? Don't they have even letters to prove that Randy Abe, the Cocoa Board now, only they have given them letters to stay at home. You replace your with ADA, with NDC4. Can they even grant interviews and say, yes, I am one of them. I'm a director. I've been told to stay home. Jimmy in Ghana because Asempa FM Kwasiafo Neguo, they just like sensationalism. Oma Kobra Sante Kromfo bribe taker. Oma yini Kobra Sante oni obi any omo sa omo producer no e euphormiansa. Oma yini Kobra Asante bribe taker. Jankroma ambulance scandal Kwasiano na no jiska. Oma yini Kobra Sante na omo titi radio so all because these fools are giving them money. Into such a dirty, filthy idiot. They are inciting the public to say something is happening at Cocoa Board, while there's nothing happening at Cocoa Board. It is a Fifi Boafo Nyansa, no credibility. Na enye Jimina o Jimia. Why is he not showing proof? For you to just come and stand there and say, you know, why should even a media house entertain such a fool? Huh? Thank you. My team, they are telling me Randy has spoken. We will get it for you tomorrow. That's what my team, they are telling me right now. But they said Randy has spoken. We will talk about it tomorrow. Tomorrow we will play Randy's statement. So Randy niso kan kwasi asama. I will let him understand. Because the Jumana oye and papa dia, it is for us. He needs to sit there and deliver. It is not about you being a friend to Muhammad. We don't fucking care about that. It's about your competence. In this you need to make sure we get to know the right thing and get to the bottom of the matter. Thank you. All right. Gim. All right, let's enter a year. And remember, John Mahama's government, they are working so hard. Over 120,000 first-year students have received refunds under no-fee stress policy. Felix Kwachi Ofusumi Mpino no Abra Asebu Kwamankesi obedisu 30 years ansana yetuno. Ofusu Kwachi mama ma 30 years. Mama 444 mama 8 terms. Ai obedisu 32 years. Me bra na mama nisi form. Me Mpino no Ofusu Kwachi bedi Abra Asebu Kwamankesi so ai keye obedi so 32 years me bra na mama nisi form basa me mbre ya obedi so 32 years. Yes, it is my seat. I decide who becomes the MP for the next 32 years. Obian to me to know. And wakasa or say no fee stress policy a John Mahama bind by ya enkura mo Ghana ha nyina eco school university first year public universities omuntu fees John Mahama ka say omukura omodi nkan tua fees no ye de omusika be won no enkura 120,000 emu 80,000 MPP for ma omu nyina saka omusika omutua ye on say John Mahama ka say obedi aban mu a enkura bia omuwura university first year no omu nyina omu first year no omuntu fees free. Now before that, na enkura bia di nkan wura school no omodi nkan tua fees no into okase so obedi president a sa fees na omutua no omu nyina ebesa de fees amomo nipa 120,000 ye de omusika amomo ye calculation emu 80,000 ye MPP for ma 44,000 if you asantememu omu nyina hye ho yempe mahama emu 80,000 omu papa no maame no eye MPP for mkuta Ghana MPP card omu nyina nya refund ye de sika na mo back ehye omu awofo ho enkwara na ni age omu se hu pa 120,000 enkwara ni nyina no obiasa fees otua no ya se tua man free omu ye eye de eye checks ne checky data no enkwara nkwa 120,000 emu 80,000 omu nyina maame no papa no ye MPP for enso sanko asiafo no eto ka se ye ntiasie ena ade na mahama abedi so inwan so agiska na hawto o ka se tia mahama ananta bekum sana tie sana tie 80,000 out of the 120,000 no omu ye MPP for omo maame no papa no MPP for enti fees na ye refund ma omo no ni nyina akọ MPP for papa for ne maame for e so motom na ankenya dam na mabo a ade o hu bi wa Africa da enya nkwasiafo na mumu bi mu ya hwe se obi support oba wo school university 1 year 12 months no fees so di nkan ko bo besia kwa na wukotua fees no sin no abidabi sagi sika na fa koto bibia da na ebesia bia mbe hawo oda hote wo kasetia NDC afine end no wu because adabia obekasetia NDC bia obefra oba wo school bia na onkwaso ate one day anytime bia wo a wo ye awofo a wo de wo ba akọ eye university first year a wonim say fees no ontua ne first year de mutua ne first require ya sa de sika na mamu no adabia obetena ho edi mahama tembia no bosomi bia wote wa afeso baako endu 1 year no wu ayaza ayazuzu ayaza wedwa na anu ade ade chichire man monko cheke kwatro fosu statistics no ho 80,000 MPP for ma now hey, this one story, Mr. S, it's packed. I didn't know it was packed like that. It's exactly 9:44 ish. We are entering Ridge Hospital story about NCCR. Energy Minister John Abdullahi Jenapo announces major boost in Etuabo gas processing plant's capacity from 100 million to 120 million metric standard cubic feet per day after maintenance. 8 months. NDC are buying beto Etuabo gas na a year 100 million a year metric standard cubic feet and na sebio per day no and na gas and there omo maintenance in the no in less than 8 months almost 20,000 and account. When was the last time I kwasi ampenyi dumso tu wo fie ure fi dumso and the MP before refi so mbeka dumso ho asem miracle aboaje I say kotra na egu ni ase minima de wo ho no sika na owie fi ba omia campaign no onfa nko taking ko surgery wo ni ase miracle aboaje I say kotre wan na egu ni ase sa 7 million na onya free 2024 elections na odiko si dan ko to dan ma girl bi o UK no mon kan say onye sika ni bi fa nko take enko surgery wo ni ase na kotre na egu wo no on so mo jai dum so nka sa no motie they know the government is working. When was the last time I experienced dum so yetena kroma 8 years de bia kania cafe ahemfo nkasa asofo nkasa etitiru nkasa ena ekufo ado achichidie weti so na odi nkwasi asam na po na hwene se gia ena yenim se dum so koso obi ankasa da be na wo kai dum so da be na wo se yedum wo kania wo ekurase na nsen etu kokko buom na omakofo ofu ibi da nwurem se efre osue ofu ibi da nwurem ya ndiase ye betwa kokko ka osanka metose kan brew na wodwetwa kokko ni di egu wia na onyonko kuani abefa wo yira kodi no abuofunu omakofa kusie bi da nwurem ai kase kokko no ntiase elem se na nka so kraye na yetose kan brew na wodwetwa kokko ni nyina tugu uwia na wo wano na ayese boto na kopem ban Mojo says atete politics, Jimmy politics, no, and then ebesisa Ghana for adwene. No. This is what Ghanaians are looking at. And obia oye juma was of marketer or coast obia, the machine, the fridge and say ye. So obi bia no kasa be fridge as say e was of market. Dum so na ase na nyankopɔ be kuna to atwene. Omu nyina hyehyɛ omo ho eyo omo de. oko asafo printing obi anyone the printing machine say can you this is 24/7 and then ye me da se ye twa ma kwabena ne poli ne ye dross ne abeka say ewiase asai sesia de ye mboso and the ye mboso da bi MPP NDC ya de ye nka mese kwa asafo market ne ko twe mic mo twe mic nko ho na mo musa cost of one say when our fridge asai omega say yenkasa yentiase galam say man no mo yenim te say Casio watch mo yenim say Casio watch yenim say wan mu say am 14 hours yentiase da be ne edimu kania wa wo ye welder oti magazine wa wo adwuma oti techiman wo adwuma ekoso wo ye hairdresser wasantime wo adwuma ekoso aban ne ye dem biem mo nka no kore me say yenim say Casio watch ye be wan mo that is Lumarican. Why no campaign? Ejimido, why no, I come with I have moment found also. We got now Branty with Pardon a bed, to me your foku, your dinner transi, Jimmy. Now, as some SC, Rage Hospital. Now, I want to put this on record. As some see a Rich Hospital, I say Ghana brand to be friend Ralph, and then a friend to be called Rich Hospital. Na omope treatment. Treatment na omope every hospital personnel no hono. The way na omope the attention from the personnel monsankenti. Whatever happened there, we on Loud Silence TV, Loud Silence Media, we condemn it 100,000 times. It is condemnable. Nobody should sit on any platform to encourage it, whether they were casualties or whether they were not casualties. It is not acceptable for anybody to walk into any health facility to pressurize personnel in any form. In any form. Say something should be done. You whether do anything against any medical personnel, we condemn it outright. And I will never sit on my platform and say, where dear, now say, MPP ni, where dear, Ralph, as I know, Sir Ralph na me social media no. He has never been on social media to tell anybody so NDC ni. Until he pulls out his party card to tell me, say, NDC on social media. Hey, I cannot refer to Ralph as an MP, NDC person. The same way I mean to me for NDC, MPP or NDC. No. I am speaking to him as a citizen of the Republic of Ghana and not as any party affiliate or any party sympathizer. I am speaking to him as a young man, as a Ghanaian who wants the betterment of this nation. Sometimes youthful exuberance. Sometimes the way we expect things to happen. Sometimes because of some situation we have gone in before and now we have experienced, we are forced to take action. But we need to understand this is a country governed by laws. In no way will I sit here and endorse or encourage anybody, no matter your background, to go into any health facility. And be pissed off to the point where it becomes difficult for anybody to control the situation. No. So I condemn it outrightly. And this platform, we don't mince words when it comes to we making our point clear. Now, this issue now is CNO. It has been publicized everywhere. Now, the reason why I issue again momentum kakranana say, there are people who deliberately want to politicize this particular issue. The reason why I'm saying say politicize and I say, in any settings or organization, institution you enter, there is something called a management. And that management, it is their responsibility to make sure the day-to-day running of that institution, whether financial, whether maintenance, whether security, it is the sole responsibility of that institution's management to make sure those things are effectively run. There's a reason why the President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama, we're dedicating Kofu bi se omunye some specific job bi mano. Na san Kofu no so eyin Kofu bi se omundi some dwumadie bi mano. Your friend no division of labor. President Nkwan to be enye dwumani nyina nti no yi health minister. Health minister entimi ntina hospital bi anu nti eno yi district directors. Anything organ health service, anything a head of department, anything a hospital management, anything a board. There's a reason why. And it's a who is the President Mahama? We to the nine at the ababe bit is a confornochia. Now it does not mean Sir President Mahama we breach law. It does not mean Sir President Mahama will need your oye. Ebia it is out of their courtesy. It is out of respect. But he is not obliged to leave the Flagstaff house to come to Confornoche, to come and check what every nurse is doing or whatever happens at Confornoche. It is not his job. That is why there is a CEO of Confornoche Teaching Hospital, CEO of Kolebu Teaching Hospital. And there is something we need to understand. But you see, incidents where SC or Ridge Hospital, no, over the years, it is beginning to look like we have to now sit back and look at people who are heading institutions, organizations, associations, people who at the end of the day have decided to hide behind associations, institutions, positions to run this country down. And what we have seen, read, and today we are going to show you the other side of the story. The whole Ghana, the CCTV footage a Ridge Hospital no is over 7 hours. We have it. And the Meboka Kratchero, after the show, no, we will publish the 7-hour video with a link. Na Ghana ni bia share. But there's something going on. Incident in a see a Ridge Hospital. No. What we heard was that Ralph ene ne nanfophobia ko Ridge Hospital, and they have attacked a nurse. Where did we hear this from? It came from the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwifery Association for General Secretary. Your friend David Chum Tenkrine. Picture, please, guys. This man, on the secretary of a Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwifery Association, ordinary secretary. When the incident happened, we heard said the minister in charge, a sector, Akando, Honorable Akando, went to the hospital. It is not his job. But what to make a minister leave his office and walk to a hospital? Abra minister in him said there's management at the hospital that is supposed to make sure that anything that happens within the premises of that hospital is taken care of. Why do you think a minister, one, maybe a minister is see the distance from his office to that hospital, no, and what? It's out of curiosity and out of respect and maybe showing what we call showing some compassion for maybe Omomo Hospital or any Omomo. The minister decided to leave his office and quickly dash to that hospital. So one, the minister has done what he's not supposed to do, meaning the management of the hospital was supposed to take care of the matter. It was not even supposed to get to that point where the minister will leave his office to go straight to the hospital. But it's so interesting. Senka Semsi Hospital, the first thing you'll be asking and say, who is in charge of the hospital? Asante Kotoko Football Club, no. Bisha football match bia FA Cup ya player no Emma back pass. Mistakenly ekoshe. So who team no a? Na so who be bisa na team nim perform ya. Who do you ask? Do you actually ask about team owner and why, and now you ask about who is in charge of the management of the team? The first question you ask is, who is their coach? And I'm a boy. And they say, Asamasi, a hospital. You're what district director. You're what heads of departments in that hospital. Yawa management heads. Why do you think say anybody will come and straight up blame the minister who is overseeing all the hospitals in Ghana? This man came out as the secretary of the Ghana Nurses and Midwifery Association. And all that he did was that, all right, my team is saying that I should change the picture. Thank you, team. So let's change the picture. My team says me change the picture now. Very important because it's not that clear. All right, thank you very much, team. I appreciate this. Now, this man, on their secretary. Now, the first question, if you are the secretary of an association, the first question you ask, so who be sir, now TB sir. The first question you ask and then say, who is in charge? That's the first question you ask. Who is in charge? Who is in charge of the hospital? In fact, some person we are very, very honest. You ask yourself, the first question you ask and say, that moment, who was in charge of the shifts? Because you start from the bottom and you start to read it to the top. It's Assembly Sianajua, who is in charge of the night shift? Who is in charge, or who was in charge of the afternoon shift? Who was in charge of the morning shift? So then you start to break the matter down. Then you get to know who is responsible or whose responsibility was it to make sure this was actually curtailed. But this man who is the general secretary of an association, and let us not get this wrong, the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwifery Association, it is like any other association in Ghana. It is a Ghana Tomatoes Union Association. It is a Molikoko Sellers Association. It is a Mampam Association. It is a Ghana Bar Association. An association. Remember, the Minister of Health, he is overseeing 71 associations under his ministry. 71 unions. 71. And this is one minister with his deputy overseeing the activities of 71 unions under his office. And you are the secretary of an association. What do you do first? You first ask, who is in charge? Now, this is what happened. My member video now you share strategically, interestingly. The video that was put out there is the only video making headlines, making rounds. Say, Ralph and now for rage, they actually went to brutalize a nurse. And this is the man who started this campaign. Remember, the president of the Ghana Registered Nurses Association, Midwives Association, Sama Ameno, Nikunu MPP chairman. This guy is her deputy. This guy is her general secretary. Now, this guy started a campaign, and that campaign was straightforward, geared towards the minister. And you ask yourself, why? Now, minister, no, why doing? Na minister, na ya, and the Asomesi Hospital, the management of the hospital has been left out. The board has been left out. But straightforward, the minister is the one being questioned. Now, the so-called video, this man and his group, the whole Ghana say, this is the confrontation and the assault is Seawall Ridge Hospital. And I know you have watched it. There's a reason why I want to play this video. Let's watch this. So this is the incident. The Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwifery Association for SA. Sa video na CCTV ne capture nyina. Inti CCTV na wo Ridge Hospital no. This is the video capture say Ralph ne ndamfofo a call the emergency ward no. They attacked a nurse. So far, this is the only video these people released into the system. And let me tell you on authority, they carefully released this little short video to help the narrative of this guy and his boss. Now, what's your video, no? These people now came out and said, nurse na muhuno video man na muhuno video no. She was beaten to pop. In fact, nurse no ye buni sem ebuni kom ema ontume home. Enti, this guy led a team of media men to go to the hospital to interview the nurse. Remember, asam ni siye no, Minister Abaho anameboa. Remember, Minister Echreye and through the press conference, time or tia semono, the steps he took. And Sana, this man who is called David Chung Tenkran, stepped in as an association secretary. It's just a mere association. Okay. Now, next, no, almost say Ralph Moko Bo no prepare no onye.
When he came in, he wanted us to leave everybody and attend to him. So we explained to him. Ralph. Okay. We explained to him. And then he was like, he wouldn't sit down. And my intern told him to get a card, a hospital card. He said, why should he get a hospital card? Because his name must be in the system. Once his name is tied in the system, it should everything should pop up. And my intern said, no, it's not done like that in Ghana. There he was angry because he was told it's not done that. That is not done in Ghana. And he started insulting us. We don't want Ghana to progress. Then he brought out the phone. But initially, I did a pressure dressing for him. Okay. In his finger that he said it was bleeding. It had bled. Okay. The blood had dried. Okay. So I just had to put a gauze on it so that we reassure him. Okay. He wasn't happy about it, so he took off the dressing I did for him. Okay. Then I approached him and I told him that I've done a dressing for you, so be patient. We have 2 trauma cases and other cases too are there. We want us to leave them. He got angry and he started yes. So he did this to me. And then when he went out, I don't know where the guys came from. Most of the health workers saw them earlier, so they had flee. I didn't see them. And then they, from my back to my chest, and then they were just...
Did they push you? Were you pushed? What did they do? What did they do to you?
Yes, I was hit. I don't know if it was a fist, a tap. I can't describe the...
But what happened to your hands?
Raphael, I don't know, Ralph did this to me. He hit me with the phone with the fist. And I even dodged a couple of the fists. And they hit me all over. But right now I have a dislocation on my shoulder. And some headaches and body pains.
Alright, thank you very much.
And to Adam, he was telling us he will follow us to our homes and beat us. And if take one life and
he will take one life. Actually said that.
Yes.
But we are happy to hear that.
So this is the nurse. What happened was on the narration it just said Ralph Baye no na ade twa ne nsa e no kra bo Ralph de ade chichire so na Ralph yi to twene e say adentina omon bua ne ntem one obi so aba ono so ehia help na their approach no enti Ralph bufu no ka je say Ralph say onya abotre na Ralph say onya abotre na Ralph pia abontene enti Ralph Baye no de ne namfofo Baye na almost started so almost bono into almost boni shoulder. Ralph didn't say a boni seman and say when mubu a made bandage at chire. A man in Sabacono shoulder a dislocating tea a shahumem. Emma Bakubi unim say a tap. Brunica's a tap, either for a tap. Someone tapped you. and I say a fist punch. Also onim, but the other man it no him say a tap and I say a fist on one shut down. In the situation ye, or my bruni ye. Now it's interesting. As somebody see, you know, the minister heard it. Minister he quickly, in fact, let me play the minister's own statement to you. I mean, what minister's statement is?
On Monday morning, I sent a delegation to Ridge Hospital to ascertain the situation. When the delegation came up, upon debriefing, I realized that I had to follow up. And ladies and gentlemen, let me state this, that I have the health workers of this country at heart. And so any attempt by any individual or any group of people to try to incite the health professionals against government, pretending he cares more than us, is unfortunate. And we must stop that. It's an avoidable tension we must avoid. It doesn't help the sector. If indeed you are a practicing health professional in the sector, it doesn't help the sector. And so when the delegation came back, I had to follow up. I was in the company with the Deputy Director General and other directors of the ministry. We joined the medical superintendent at the Ridge Hospital, and I visited the victims. After going around, we had a closed-door meeting to discuss the issues, not insults. One, how to look at beefing on the internal security, staffing issues. So after the closed-door meeting, I came out to address the press to categorically condemn the physical attack. And that is the most important aspect.
So, Minister Asoma Kenyana say, "Assembly see, you know, Ajuada, otu nipa ote, you know, because Minister no office no any rage and what on a normal day the minister is not supposed to go there, and you know, no. The management of the hospital are supposed to take care of this, and then if they have to write a report to their superiors, they write it, and if it has to go up to get to whoever has to take the necessary action, it is not the job of the minister. But approximation, baby, an office no one hospital no one, emu tia into otia sem no, otin inframe no say no, otu nipa se monko ho. Now monko assess situation and mobile report. It is not even my duty to go there because somebody is being paid to make sure say this hospital is run efficiently. Now delegation they came to tell the minister say this is what we went to find, and the minister said, I want to go there myself and find out what exactly is going on. I want to see it with my naked eye. It's minister now ekoye onante ko hospital, Ridge Hospital. And remember, minister because I say on the deputy director of the hospital no kan and a medical superintendent ne kan. That means the ministers no koye no na sa nurse no na oho. Remember, some way nyina asi no na ye won kofo a ye the hospital na show monsa, they have to make sure the right things are done. Ridge Hospital almost security. Yes or no? Yes. Ridge Hospital almost a management on standby in case there's an emergency. Yes or no? Yes. Ridge Hospital, there was senior doctors when even there is some kind of confrontation between junior nurses, senior nurses or whatever, they can step in, directors within. Yes. So the question here is, if anything like that happens, now Minister Kwenyiwa, report Benny Troye, who was in charge of that. Now, if this guy goes to a Ridge Hospital, who is the first person he's supposed to see? Or say, or a secretary of just an association. An association that is not backed by any federal law. It's just a mere association. It is also a doctor wako school onim nyansa no. Owura hospital what first no? Who did he consult? Who did he talk to? What report did he read? For him to come to that conclusion, to go sit on radio to start insulting the minister. Remember, the minister, so Papa or a doctor. I'm sorry, team. I got the old picture. Papa we saw a doctor. Also, TSS said the employer is the minister in charge of that sector. So his employer is Honorable Akando. I don't know whether he's a practicing lawyer, a doctor or not, but also a doctor or practitioner. Now say the Ministry of Health asia. It means to say this guy, his boss or their employer is the Minister of Health. Now, some say crazy. What will make you the employee? Go on radio and speak this way. Tie, na no asem on radio.
The fact that the whole thing came on social media, the young man was throwing his weight about in the hospital, which as a sector minister, you should know that that is not how things must be done at the hospital. The guy should have been arrested there and then. And I told you that the minister is always followed by a police officer. And therefore, if we have the wherewithal, if we think that things ought to be done rightly and properly, the guy should have been apprehended there and then. And don't forget that there's a police post just by the mortuary of Rich Hospital. They could have called for reinforcement. If you think that the duty of the police officer is just to protect the minister, that's fine. But while they were interacting with the guy, they could have called the police to come and apprehend him. How many minutes will it take for some police officer to even run from the mortuary of Rich Hospital to where they were standing?
Does the GRNMA have issues with the health minister?
We cannot have issues with our sector minister, but we think that we are not being treated fairly as nurses and midwives in Ghana. And you know that we have a lot of issues.
Under his tenure?
Not only, I mean, we have had a myriad of issues, but I mean, if you declare a strike action and a minister can decide that you go for a retired nurses and midwives to come and work and try to instigate groups that are within your fraternity that are not aligned with you to step in and all that, it tells you clearly that this is not somebody who is prepared to work with you.
So there's a lot of pent-up emotions, right? Because it looks like you're carrying some,
our action is not premised on any emotive.
Yeah. So as I was saying,
that we have issues at hand that ought to be discussed,
okay,
or issues at hand that ought to be resolved. I mean, if somebody goes to beat up a nurse, what is emotion about it?
The question I was asking,
that emotion caused against me this morning.
Well,
I think that what has happened is very wrong. Everywhere, meaning Ghanaians must condemn it.
So I'm asking again, because I asked you whether you have any issues with the minister, considering your tone, and then you mentioned that I asked you whether it's under his tenure, because you talked about nurses not being treated fairly, and then I asked whether it's under his tenure, and you mentioned that you have issues with regard to your conditions of service, and he had said that he was going to be called in retired nurses to step in while they try and resolve the matter, and you have issues with that. You believe that some of your conditions were not entirely resolved, but I thought you had made some progress where there was an agreement to give you some portion of those conditions, and then the subsequent ones will also be included in the 2026 budget. Or you didn't make progress. That's the reason you called off your strike, no?
Absolutely, but we're thinking that even in August, some of the items could feature. I hope you heard what the Minister of Finance sat on Joy FM, PM Express to
I don't know. I don't know what he said.
You may not listen. You might have not have listened to it. The minister said he wasn't briefed by the sector minister about the concerns of nurses and midwives. That should clearly tell you that if what he said is anything to go by, somebody somewhere is refusing to advocate for the well-being of the ordinary Ghanaian.
So, radio so one or cabro for bako any ebusan say oh na assembly see no dia na omo eka for say oh na minister no onam ho no some police need n'echi ade na minister no call duru ho na the police need di n'echi ade wa ma police ni no anche rafomo e police station ho we oyakwasea we jimi onim nyansa every police officer in Ghana, you are signing with Juma. These are the fools wearing suit in Ghana. They need say every police officer, you are signing with Juma or Ghana. Said the minister here, it is your responsibility to protect the minister. It is not your responsibility to go to another jurisdiction and make an arrest. So your police ni kwana woda bank ano. Na say robbery so bank nim. Nipa mienu ko na wo a. It is not your responsibility to go there and arrest. Your job is to stay at the bank and give that bank protection. The police will come and take care of that. Into where Jimmy Crano, one kasa wo kasa na wo say hospital one your police depot. It is a hospital or the police depot or mortuary inside that. So morgue no in China hospital or police depot. Whose responsibility is it? Our hospital to make sure say police officers from that morgue no police station or morgue in China abe arrest. Or kwasia. Politics na oye. And I'm going to talk to the young nurses in Ghana. This guy, he is using young nurses on the politics. And Obama calls Subusa and say, asmesi. Na only health minister or problem ana. Oh, I said I don't know any problem ya. And also Sibia Okasa WOTOWOTO no. And also na unya obi na se oko strike na okachira wo say or kwa kofa retired nurses ema obeye adwuma no abra onomo discussion sa nipa nyansa be no onim because onim say ye ne retired nurses ne nya fine adentina ono minister ne kofa omo. So it means say the oye nyina no is because of what happened early on. And an Adrian said this is when he has to make the minister unpopular. The agenda is not about what happened at the hospital. The agenda is to direct the pressure on the minister for people to think the minister is not doing his job. He's just a mere association secretary. Or is that toilet man or Cambodia? Now I'm there, yeah. Osako Asempa, listen to this fool again. I
think in this statement, it was not captured here, say, or more air form a committee, but subsequent interviews, Minister Kase were putting a committee together to investigate in Samoa a course. Adiabako striking me in this statement, and they said, Ministry said they want to investigate the circumstances that led to the reported delay in care. Like I said, most members in our hospital may have contributed to the course.
I've taken my the first thing okay, at least first, third, and fourth point. It makes sense. And now I look like a director and say, what are the security implications? Why do you have to be Papa Bian country? They can't say, well, I mean, they are trying to beef up internal security. The police, they have a police post close to the mortuary and all that. All those people were there, and I thought they were in see. And the security situation has not been improved, and we are not happy about that. I hear me tiny second point. Minister who said there are systems over there. If he doesn't understand, he should get somebody to educate him. And I make a choice. Triad system, so buy house. Can't buy into the shame.
Yeah, Doc, I get you, but I think because
Triad Joe, Nia, he said, "Oh yeah, no, immediate care and I say, delayed care as compared to others. If you shall not the immediate care, they will attend to you immediately. So open my by time, I say others, and I say they will neglect you. They will give you first aid or whatever, but they will attend to other people who need more a year. It doesn't mean that they are delaying whatever. So that statement doesn't make sense to me at all. It doesn't make sense. Whoever wrote that statement doesn't even understand the hospital system. What kind of life is that? Meanwhile, you are called disaster when you told your boss I am for statement. Sunday, no, your man go for and then my man go for to call. And then you are any hospital directors now for Casanonia. What delay? Now, what about now a month for you the whole get such a big of car near Fender? You know, we any passing wine. No, there is system delay. What kind of delay? There was no such delay. They went strictly by the lay down protocol. And then just Omu. Now, that's what you do. Obvious, you structure based car near Fender. What's your name? Then you the minister. See, what is even more annoying? is what the minister did. His statement ran contrary to his posture. Rap now. Look at the pictures on social media. He affectionately embraced the rap guy, somebody who has been fingered as the perpetrator of that heinous crime. You embraced him, and then the guy whispered into his ear, and he was smiling. Whether it was setting or whatever, how did the guy go to know that the minister had come there? I'll rush about her immediately.
Yeah, Doc, I get your point, but I just wanted to draw your attention, sir. In all of this, it is the Minister of Health we are talking about. Some of the statements might sound a bit too harsh. As far as Oyo sector minister, you should be minded by that.
I agree with you, Obi, but you see, Papa no go mother support. I mean, how can you treat nurses like this? It's a case of disrespect. You go and embrace the very guy, and look, initially, he was being defended, so management. It's not true. Look, respect.
So you see, yeah. Now, first interview now, boy, his argument was that strike see and a minister kofa other people to replace interim. Say, omo negotiating retired nurses enye juma no. In the first interview or show the reason why or no embu minister no. In the second interview the problem say minister ni nimu nyansa. The ministry released a statement. It is not the responsibility of the minister to even come to the hospital. It is not. Now, momiente minister the reason tia Ralph na ama aponchireni anyway AD minister na temno. The minister was accompanied by other people. Remember, the minister of health is not only minister for nurses and doctors. He's a minister for Ghana. At that point, Ralph no, he has not been charged. He's not a criminal. No police officer has handcuffed him. No official complaint had been made that Ralph standing at the hospital is a criminal or is under criminal investigations and nobody can go close to him or he cannot talk to anybody. It is when minister comes to a place and nobody there has been charged of any criminality officially or is a criminal and somebody walks to the minister. The minister of health is not a minister for only nurses and midwives or doctors. The minister of health is a minister for Ghanaians. Into Minister Drew or Nasa Obi stretching and sa Echian in Simno Kabibichena. Does it make it look say a seminar is because if it is a criminal matter, is the minister an investigator? If it is a criminal matter, is the minister a police officer?
All right, so Abusina way and Sama Kelvin a call body Tailor so or the two Eja. Na Uti and Sama Urano Eka. Sometimes Nayana Medrian Mentia say I know your mama say sometimes how Kelvin is a dink of item on live on the program no so. And you see my speechless. Hey, but no quarry your meaning the mama young can of kakra. Over how Adam Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association now. Almost secretary how I know rano AC canism, how I know rano AC the near especially on Asempano. It shows say as a wahabo bibi wonimu as a owo bibi as a odi yaubia shenimu and yaudie if a health minister na ho a wonya health minister na opeso beke kana adwena chere but we're trying for a longer period of time and he thinks that this is the right time I also wonya utimi edit e kana adwen. Yes, it do a show from the look of things any ninkasa ya okan down but nyamiani no kwari the nurse ne kan ye no say no kwari say a rough and a cause the dislocation of bone. Or man that fracture na eno de na e was say indeed rough guy no must be arrested. I was so much because you can't just go to your office at the end of the day no ube live on no na wager no injury and I say fracture never say I would say this is uncalled for, and I mean this is not idea was say yes so Ghana ebasa public servants they are no more saved. Say obi a oji nipa nkwa nyankopon na no so manage nipa nkwa po na yeye ni say ya, how much more say wa oye den wa oche office bi keke. And it is sad. It's really sad. It's really sad. Say Ghana pa sometimes obi ho abisa ho say oman we are we serious as a nation? Are we serious as a nation, as a country? Oman bi ani abre adechi ye omu develop omu mind with full time, I mean youth omu di omu na na ye mo ni se enkofo do omu so omu hu bedi n'echi no. Enkofo no mu bedi n'echi no a mo be cause that commotion no. Ena me bisa me ho a menti ase. How can say obi be ka cho say sorry na yenko hospital we enko yesi esan say me yare na say me koy me say twa nipa no did not attend to me ana wakaka say bia enye iti di machi na yenko. I mean this is this is getting worse. And I was a minister no, and as I was a Ghana police omunya ni pumasibre, because you can't just get up and do anything you want. After all, you are not the only person on emergency at that moment. Anything I was there, unya butare no train. So if only say rough guy no, that is exactly what he did. That then he must be what? Face the law. The law is the law. The law is the law. What you say? And I was already also office emrano. I was for Hanum a number one authentic platform, Mega TV. Enti chawajo comment section nim Kelvin Okobody Tailor credit in young fan man on Loud Silence TV, and some there can be papa, and you could see say the way sometimes or tifa sadia at them the call left and right, front and back, top and down. Any formula. Eti chawajo comment section nim mame for we see bye bye.